What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks for pressing play. Today, we're going to be doing some engine bay dress up on the C08 Thanks to...
What's up, guys?
That guy. Let's do it. All right, so before we get started, I just wanted to point out what the engine bay looks like currently. So obviously we're going to be removing those carbon fiber covers and getting a real nice Seawolf gray thing going on in there. And the strut bars as well are getting replaced, and you can see those right there. They're carbon flash, so they're kind of invisible. They do say horsepower obsessed on them, but in a little bit of a different way than the current Seawolf bars are going to look. So let's start getting this stuff out. Let's throw a little bit more Seawolf at this engine bay. So here's a shot before the new intake goes on, but you can see just how boring that is. We got silver throttle bodies in the middle, just a black textured plastic that's the intake, and you can see the horsepower obsessed bars there a little bit better. They're painted in carbon flash. These are from Jones, and I'll put a link in the description down below if you guys want to grab them, but he does a really nice job of customizing these things. Of course, custom carbon flash in this case didn't really light up the engine bay the way I'd hoped, but the new bars are from him as well, and they look a lot better than these, and it's going to go really nicely with the new intake. So yeah, let's get this stuff out.
5 minutes later.
So here we go, guys. This is the man, the myth, the legend himself.
What's up, guys?
DBM Racing came all the way up to Pennsylvania to hook me up with a really cool looking intake.
In the freezing cold.
Yeah, he's coming from Georgia, and it's not super warm here. Although, I'll be honest with you,
Better than it was
30 degrees is roughly a heat wave for us.
Right.
So, yeah, so that tube there, that's obviously for the catch can, so it's a little different than what you're used to, the PCV tube.
Well, and he just has like the PCV tubing, we just hook the catch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we'll just transfer the PCV tubing over to you.
Sure.
Yep.
But this is the last look here, guys. David's up here. We're going to be doing some content, hopefully. We'll get some cool videos out to you guys. We don't get to sit side by side in reality too often, even though we are on the same screen from time to time.
Right.
So we're going to hang out a little bit, get some color in this engine bay, get this stuff all wrapped up. He's going to be filming a how-to video as well, so if you're looking to get one of his intakes, he's going to show you how to remove the stock one and how to put on the new one.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yep, we are just taking stuff apart. Well, when I say we, I mean mostly him. I took off what I could.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got it started, man.
And there it is, guys. Look at this thing. Beautifully painted Seawolf gray, black throttle bodies down the middle, and then, of course, the Jones Services bars are going to match it in Seawolf gray, and this time the letters are filled in with black. But look at this friggin' thing. I mean, it is like, it literally is a piece of jewelry, and that is going to match that. So here's the creator, of course.
What's up, guys? I was just telling Justin, this was the last color I had not done yet. So we had done the Roswell green, we've done Hysteria, we've done custom colors. This was the only color that they currently offer that I had not done yet. And he was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And I got excited. And again, it's a tri-coat, which is crazy because you don't think this paint is a tri-coat because it almost looks like a matte or whatever, but it's a tri-coat. But when we pulled it out of the paint booth, it looks so good. And normally I just pick it up from the paint booth, but I was down there and we pulled it out and I was like, oh my God, it was like before you even baked it. And then I actually went ahead and ceramic coated this for Justin to make it easier to clean stuff, but it just pops. And it's the first Seawolf one I've done. I couldn't believe, if you would have said, bet money, which would be the last color you would do, it wouldn't have been Seawolf. For me, it would have been like the Roswell or the Hysteria or something like that. Yeah. But that's literally the last color that completes everything. And you know, I do multiple torch reds all the time.
Yeah,
like,
torch red's probably the big one. Yep.
It's the big one. But honestly, with this one, like I couldn't believe how good it came out because I was like,
that looks fantastic.
Yeah. That's the last color. Now I've got them all done. So.
Yeah, and big shout out to Big Jim.
Oh yeah, Big Jim. This has become my favorite sweatshirt, man.
Yeah. The sponsor of today's video is going to help you out, and it is called MuCar. What is it, you ask? Well, it is an OBD2 port reader and then some. So check this thing out, guys. This is an 8-inch fully color, fully touch screen device, and it's basically kind of a tablet, but on the back side we have a magnet OBD2 port reader. So we'll pop that off. You can pop that into the OBD2 port on your car. You can clear codes, you can check engine lights, and this thing will even give you some AI assistance. Yeah, artificial intelligence built into an OBD2 port reader. Let's check out what comes in the package. So obviously we've got this really nice carrying case. We have a USB charging port to actually charge the device, a wall plug to actually plug it in to charge the device, which is awesome. Most things don't come with that anymore. And then, of course, a special device here for certain BMWs and things that need special OBD2 port readers. But for the Z06, this is all we need. This and the magnetic OBD2 port reader on the back. And that's freaking awesome by itself. It also has a built-in kickstand. So you can kind of open it up and have it just sit up there like that for you. Anyway, let's plug it in and see what this thing's all about. Okay, so before we start with exactly what this thing can do for you, I want to give you guys all of the rundown, all the specs. So this is the MuCar 892BT with, of course, that built-in magnetic OBD2 port reader, which I've already popped off there. Literally just pops off with a magnet. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and actually plug that OBD2 port reader in and turn this device on. All of this stuff, of course, will be linked in the description down below. And if we do manage to get a check engine light from the install of the intake from David, DBM Racing, this will take care of it in no time. And as soon as we plug it in, you can see there's a light on it, and it gave me a little beep. So we are ready to go as far as that's concerned. Now we'll go ahead and actually just turn on the device, which is right here at the very top. You got a blue power button, USB-A, and a USB-C port. We've got all kinds of things we can do with maintenance, of course, OBD2 port, check engine lights, and you can even actually run this transmission flush service with this device. So if you wanted to flush the transmission before doing the transmission filter change, you can do it with this device. Now for this particular demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and hit the VIN auto search option here. It's going to connect to the Bluetooth adapter and automatically start scanning the car to find out what kind of car this is and what services it can offer us. And there we go. So it obviously pops up the Corvette, Z06, 2LZ, all of the stuff it needs to know. These are all the things you can do, scan through all of these. Now, one of the things I recently did was I reset my exhaust baffles. You can do that in here. If you do change the exhaust, you actually have to reset the baffles on them, or you might get a check engine light, or they don't work correctly. Now, one of the things I also really enjoy with this is under common functions, we can go in here and actually set the ride height. So if you lower your cars like I do, you can actually tell this device to go ahead and zero out the ride height. So it doesn't adjust how high the car rides or anything, but it does let the magnetic ride control know where zero is at. And right there it is. Front suspension position sensor trim height. We select that, and then you can basically just hit OK, and procedure's complete. So now the suspension is zeroed out on the pad that I'm sitting on here at my house. So very, very, very easy to use, and it has a ridiculous amount of functions available in here, and it supports a ridiculous amount of cars. Absolutely one of the best handheld diagnosing OBD2 port tablets I've ever seen, and it's, with it being magnetic, super thin, it's really nice to carry around. You can actually change all of these backgrounds too. If you want to put a custom picture of your car there instead of that guy working on the car, you can actually customize this to your liking, which is really cool as well. Or if you don't even want to mess with any of this stuff, this device actually comes preloaded with a couple games you could play on it if you really want to get crazy with it. It is an Android tablet at the end of the day. Another thing, lifetime updates, guys. So if you need this device to constantly be up to date, this one provides lifetime updates. There's other devices on the market that are similar to this one that typically give you 2 to 3 years or so of updates. This one is lifetime. Now, if we did have a check engine light on here, all we would have to do is go into OBD2 here and literally scan that code and hit clear. It's literally as easy as scanning and pressing clear, and then you're good to go. Hands down, the best device I've used yet for this purpose. Now, like I said, I've zeroed out the ride height with it. I know you can use it to do the transmission filter flush. There's all kinds of special functions like resetting the oil light if you wanted to do it on here instead of on the actual dashboard. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. And this package is so nice. You just pull that out and literally stick it right back on there, and then back in the case it goes. This is one of the best ones I've used yet, guys. If you're looking for an OBD2 port reader that does a lot of bi-communicational items like the transmission filter flush and stuff, this thing reads codes from the car and vice versa as well. So this is the device you want to do it all. Check out the link in the description down below. Big thank you to MuCar for sending this out to me. This is the one I will 100% be using in my garage. You guys should check it out as well in the description down below.
Okay, so nothing to that, just pull it back and it just pops right off. But I know some people are like, what the heck? So just don't lose it, okay? Don't drop it in the engine bay. Take it off. You'll use your disconnect on it here, and then we'll put this back on there. But just be aware that when you pull this back, it could fall out. Yeah. Tell me how I know that.
That's a little bit behind the scenes of the how-to video.
Yep.
And just like that, stock one is out. Look at the difference between these two here, guys. This is what you want if you want custom engine bay setup, custom engine bay look. This is the way to do it. I mean, look at how boring that is compared to that. And like, I know I've mentioned this 100 times on the live, but David can literally, he can get these done in any color you want.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be Seawolf, it doesn't have to be torch red, it could be neon pink. I say that all the time because it literally can be anything.
Right.
But just look at that.
Yeah, it's night and day.
Yeah.
And it's a big difference here on the table, but the before and after pics on the car, it's just night and day.
Yep.
Night.
So there's a couple little pieces, a couple little brackets we got to transfer from this one over, but...
Actually, the way they come from me, you don't have to transfer anything. This is just for his catch can, but it comes with all the sensors. All you have to do is put this one in and plug it in the same way you did the other one. That's it. Okay. It comes as a full piece. There's no sensors to change over, no brackets, no nothing.
Okay. So the only thing I have to do is because of my catch can. Yep. So... yeah, so it literally is, you buy it from him, it is a take your old one off, put this one on, and you're done kind of thing.
That's it. And it is an OEM for OEM part. I have been checked with the museum because they're going to help us with these. It is no warranty issues whatsoever, guys, because you're taking an OEM part to an OEM part. They're not VIN stamped anymore. It's not like numbers matching cars of the past. They're just a part that they put on. So it's OEM for OEM. There's no warranty issues. And honestly, you guys can see, like, it's a pretty easy install. If you can do anything mechanically, if you take your time with this, I'll have an install video that we're actually doing today, but I'll have that we'll put out as well. It's really not that bad, guys. Just have an extra set of hands and just be patient. Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched them do it. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, let's get this one in. So, in case you guys were wondering what a Z06 looks like without an intake manifold, right. There's actually not a lot to it. But check out the puddles of oil here.
Yep.
So for those of you out there who say, oh, you don't need a catch can, look at that puddle of oil, those puddles over there. Yeah, this car needs a catch can.
And you don't have many miles on yours.
No, I got 3,400 miles on this.
And the funny thing, so the manifolds, like, so the idea of a catch can is to keep it from coming back into your intake manifold, going back into your car, which will reduce your octane, which will then hinder performance and, those things. When I get the cores, when you guys send me cores back when I do manifold swaps, now I send those off to a parts yard in Jersey. They buy them for me. But the amount of oil that I could just take my finger and rub on the inside of the manifold that comes out, it staggers me that this car, I would always put a catch can on any car because you're going to get oil blowing back in. I don't care what people say. Like, look at Justin's down here. Look at this, guys. This is 3,400 miles. And that's from the manifold, it just coming back in. Also, God, what if you have to change your alternator or your starter? Yeah. Starter change, you got to take the manifold. Thank God it's easy, but still.
That's an interesting placement for that stuff, for sure. And then this is the fuel pumps, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. They really utilized every inch of this setup here.
Yeah. No, and the first time I took them off, I was really impressed. Like, again, you also have to think that everything's backwards from what we normally see, right? Because the intake is in the back, and then we're coming back this way. But the location for the alternator and the starter as well, always were like, wow, I don't... Oh, and then while we're here, guys, this is the one underneath the Christmas tree you have to get disconnected. That's underneath. And this is that other one that we disconnected. So these are the two underneath that you can't really see. You can kind of see this one, but just so you guys know, if you're going to do one of this by yourself, make sure you catch those guys, okay?
You need one of these. If you contact Mighty Mouse guys, let them know HPO sent you, but you can clearly see you need one on the Z06. And the towel that we actually lifted the intake up out of the car and then set it on here before we could kind of reposition and pull it all the way out. You could see this was a brand new towel. You could see the oil marks. So yeah, there's a lot of oil getting in there, and like David said, I got 3,400 miles on this, so this is not a mileage-based issue. It is an issue from the second you start this car and start driving it. So one thing real quick, guys, he is removing the throttle bodies off my stock intake and putting them on his, but...
Yeah, but normally if you order them from me, they will come with the stock throttle bodies already painted black, just like here. So you can see here on Justin's on the stock one here, right? Like these are not painted. And if these are solars, but also, you can get solars with mine if you want. You can put them on. I'll have them painted black just like this. But it will come just like this, one piece. You don't have to even change the throttle bodies over. But I thought we'd mention that since you guys saw that this manifold doesn't have throttle bodies.
Right.
But this one does. But that's why, because Justin already has the solars. We're going to go ahead and put them on. Got more coming on that later, but.
So normally I would have had David paint these.
Yes.
There's a reason I didn't, and you'll find out about that really soon.
Right. So there we go. All right, so we're gonna go back just kind of at an angle, and then just come in and try to. It won't go into the throttle bodies, but line it up with that.
Okay.
And everything should be out of the way. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, boss. All right, and there's 2 pins, guys, on the heads that it will drop into. And once it drops into those heads, you can't misalign this. It drops into the head, and it sits in there. And the pins on the head go into, or the pins on the manifold go into the recesses on the head itself. So
Yeah, I felt it kind of locked.
yeah, you can feel it drop in. Yeah, that's it, man. It's rock solid, guys. So, all right, I'll get my fingerprints off of it later before you do your pictures.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy install.
And I actually like these, how they have the recess cut in them. It's so much easier to get the stock ones you have to bang in there. It's like, it's not even cool.
So we'll get some carbon fiber covering those things up, but that's pretty much it. There's that and a couple T40 bolts, I believe. We're good to go. So here it is, guys, all finished. We now have the Seawolf Gray intake and the bars from Jones Services, which look a little covered up in here, but when you're out at a car show and it's real nice and bright, all this stuff is going to glisten like a diamond. So as usual, guys, huge thank you to David for making this happen. Of course. I mean, look at that thing. You got a nice set of perfection going on here. So these things literally look like jewelry when they're not installed, and even after they are installed, that thing looks fantastic in there. Like I said, you can see the bars back there as well. But yeah, we're going to work on getting these intakes on my website as well. But whenever you get them done, this guy does it to perfection. I mean, that thing looks fantastic in there. I don't even know how well that's coming through on camera because it looks better off the camera, but I really like it. It matches all the other Seawolf stuff from like C8 Rally Driver, the hatch supports and the latch, and even my little stripe there on the Venturi. It looks really, really freaking good. David,
yes, sir.
You hit it out of the park, man.
Hey, if I would put it on my car, I won't sell it to you to put on your car. That's
there you go.
So.
I like that. All right, so that is going to do it for today's video. If you liked what you saw here, smash the thumbs up button. Check out the link in the description down below to grab one of these intakes for yourself, or one of the Jones Services bars. If you want to go custom there too, you can check out all those links down below. They'll get you what you want on your car. But anyway, again, big thank you to David. He drove all the way up here from Georgia to hook me up. So go check out his channel, DBM Racing. Smash a couple thumbs ups on his too. So anyway, that's it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, stay obsessed.